Hey everyone, Baba Ganoush back again on Elite Dangerous. This will be part 12 in my Distant Worlds 2 series. We're leaving Waypoint 8 and going to 9. The first place we're here, this is called the Iris Missive Point of Interest. So I didn't really get a good view of this, but it's called the Iris Missive. And I'm starting to realize that if you click on these names in the EDSM, it gives you some kind of backstory as to, like what's going on here in the system. So I'm going to start including these so that you guys can see what I'm missing. So for instance, in this system, it says that it reveals a wonderful vista that cannot be seen inside the planetary nebula. From blue, green, and purple, the gradient creates an amazing rainbow, and I missed out on that view. So the next place we're going to be heading to is called the Blue Rhapsody Nebula, and on the EDSM page it says it's a planetary nebula 5,000 light years away from Sag, and it has a large supernova remnant with shades of purple and blue. So as we're going to this nebula, you can see those shades of purple and blue, like right before we actually jump in the system. And once you're actually in system, you can see a lot of that blue. It's a pretty typical neutron star system with a bright blue background into it. But yet again, I tried to incorporate some of that information from the EDSM page about it, and I think it made for a pretty good view. So here we are on point of interest number 3, called the Forgotten Twins Nebula, and there's really no information on this area of space. It even says that on the EDSM page, but it did say it comes with a gorgeous view, as you could expect with a neutron star system. Has your typical blues in the background. I didn't stay here long, but it does look amazing. So the next area that we're going to is called the Dance with Giants, and basically what we have here is two gas giants in constant orbit of one another. And then in that screenshot up there, you can see someone with a crate that is super close to those gas giants. And if you read that here, if you actually sit around and wait long enough by those two gas giants, you can get a super cool view. But I didn't have time to kind of just kind of sit around and wait. But here we are in system. This is at the main star of said system. What I did do is I flew right beside these two gas giants. I stayed by it for like a little bit, but it says that if you do hang around long enough, the sun will actually beam off of them and make for quite a gorgeous view. But I didn't have that kind of time. But I did want to fly by it and actually show you the planets themselves. Alright, and here we are. We're finally coming on to Waypoint 9. Yeah, we're at Waypoint 9, I want to say now. Man, it's hard to keep up with all the waypoints, with all the areas that we're going. But this is Waypoint 9. This area of space is called the Cerulean Tranquility, and Basecamp is actually called Tranquility Valley. So quite a handful of different names I'm trying to keep up with here, but I'm trying to keep up with them. But yeah, here we are. We're actually making our way to the nearby base camp on the planet. So once we're actually docked on this planet, you're going to have a good view of that nearby planet or star. I'm not sure which one it is that has the rings about it, and it's actually pretty close to the planet. So you can see it pretty nearby in the distance. And so yeah, I mean, you just saw me type in chat that I'm coming in hot. Pretty much anytime I go to a new base camp, I always type in chat to see if anyone's either docked there or hanging about, because as far as chilling at a base camp and hanging out and just doing stupid shenanigans, it's usually better when there's more people there to kind of hang out with and do stupid shit with. Uh, and there's that planet or star nearby. I can't really tell if it's a planet or a star from this view, but it's a gorgeous view. But yeah, I mean, things are usually more fun and a little bit more entertaining, I would say, whenever there's more players out here to kind of shoot the shit with, do silly stuff with. And here's a guy right here, in his rover. Who is that? That's Super Toaster. Seen him quite a few times. His pink damn wheels on his rover. He was out here a good bit while I was out here, and he was the first one I actually saw when I got to this base camp, and we just kind of flew around for like a good little while, hung out, uh, shot the shit, just kind of roamed around and took in the view. But in a little bit, you're gonna see more players out here, more ships, more shenanigans going on because as I said, things are more entertaining when there's more players out here to actually do those silly and fun things with. If you've been keeping up with my Distant Worlds videos, you'll recall a couple episodes ago, maybe like episode 5 or 6, I forgot which one, but I actually rallied a group of guys to come hike a mountain with me. Um, and I didn't make it back down the mountain. So, you know, pretty much every new waypoint that we reach, I try to go hike the mountains and try to get a good little view of things going on. Um, and sometimes I'll try to rally people to come follow me. Sometimes they'll join me. Sometimes they won't. But look, I think that like the main thing about hanging out at these waypoints is just to kind of chill out and take a moment to kind of take in the amazing views that we're coming across and just do silly dumb shit like this. So in the background, that's a commander by the name of Super Loafer. I think I got his name right, Super Loafer. I met him out here along with everyone else. What he did is he bounced his orca off the ground, and it's just doing a barrel roll constantly along the surface. I don't even think he's doing this on purpose. I think he knows how to bounce it just right to where it just floats. I think I could be wrong. He could be doing that on purpose, what he's doing right now. But yeah, Super Loafer. If I got your name right. If you're watching this, it was hilarious seeing you do this stupid shit in your orca. I got really entertained by it, and it was funny to watch. But I think this is my favorite thing about this whole trip. The whole thing, I think it really brings a community together, and you get to find cool shit together. You get to experience new things, and I think that my favorite part about this whole trip so far is just hanging out at the waypoints or the base camps and just hanging out, like doing silly stuff like me hopping my SRV on this guy's Gold Beluga and just doing silly stuff. I mean, I think that's my favorite part of this whole trip is just hanging out with everyone. Pretty much everyone I've come across in the game so far on this trip has been really cool to talk to, hang out with, and just do silly stuff. And I think that that's what this game is all about, the community and just hanging out, jumping on Gold Belugas. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one.